there are a couple things that I personally wanted to throw out there in terms of some things you might not know about Ness, or like little mix-ups that you can put into your play that would help you out, or just some general knowledge that some Ness players don't even know about to this day. I'll go over 3 things, and I'll just like do one other option as like a an alternate. So like I'll go over advantage, disadvantage, neutral, and then I'll go over some like 4th option. One thing importantly that I do want to talk about is when you're spacing your back air, right? A lot of people tend to rise and land with it like this, right? With a fast fall. But what you want to do sometimes is you want to do it at the last possible moment of your jump. So see how I'm like hitting back air at the last possible moment of my short hop? So like right there, I landed very close to the ground while still hitting the back air. If you're not throwing out that back air right away, it almost like makes it seem that you're going for an empty hop. So some people might tend to think they're safe and unshield, but then the back air still comes out at the last possible frame, right? So that's a mix-up. This is just kind of a me thing, but you could also use it as well. See what I'm doing here with the dare cancels? I suggest that you guys use this a lot more, because dare canceling is very important for movement and for mix-up options. Like something like this, if most of the time your opponent is expecting an aerial, right? So if I'm here, right, at this like kind of Lucina burst range, right? If I go like this, the Lucina will either be shielding and block the fair and then jump out and fair me, or I hit shield and I get nothing off of it. But if I start dashing and I do a dare cancel grab instead, it mixes up. It's another mix-up into the book of mix-ups that you have for the neutral interaction. So instead of, you know, raw bear, fair, then you have down air cancel grab, right? So that's just another mix-up that you have into your repertoire, because most of the time, like I said before, Lucinas, or not Lucinas, but most people in general are more accustomed to when Ness spam aerials, and they just hit your shield. So like, oh, here comes an aerial, let me shield. But then when you dare cancel and you grab, that's just another fast mix-up that you have to screw them up. And then the next time you go for a dare cancel, you don't do anything. Or like you go for a dare cancel into a forward air, or whatever it may be. So yeah, that's a nice little mix-up option in neutral. Something I do that's different from other Ness mains is that when I run up shield, I use both of the shield buttons, by the way. If you're playing on GameCube, I hold both of the shield buttons and I tilt my shield upwards. So if I run up and I tilt my shield upwards like this, if I'm expecting an aerial, I'll tilt my shield upwards and then instant jump up air. Because the up air is kind of fast out of shield when you think about it. Like that. It's kind of mad fast. So like, especially on the taller characters, like Rob and Sephiroth and just a lot of characters that like to jump out of shield. If you both run up and do a neutral exchange option where you're both shielding, because I don't know, a lot of that happens a lot. If you both do this, try and tilt your shield up. So like if you see the jump, you can instantly jump up and up air. But that's just another mix-up option. I've been doing this a lot recently as well, but like you can land. I've been landing with short hop up air a lot. The thing is, after the short hop up air, a lot of people tend to shield, right? So after the short hop up air, I would grab actually, right? Because after the short hop up air, you could do up tilt, right? Into yeah, just like, oh, if I can hit the combo. Like that, right? So that's the combo, but some fast fallers can get down to the ground way before you even get there. So And they'll shield anticipating the up tilt in the first place if they know Ness, the Ness matchup well. So you could just grab in anticipation of that. But that's just another mix-up to your book of mix-ups, like in the repertoire. I think up tilt is actually a really good move. I would suggest that you guys start using it more in neutral. Because, like, even though the hitbox isn't that good, it's really good for specifically catching people who want to jump out of shield and for catching roll. So, I don't know if I can make this Lucina roll, but you kind of get the idea, right? If you're here, right, and you have your back turned, most likely down smash, they try and roll past it, you follow with an up tilt. Up tilt kills, like, around 130, 140%. So, in those last hit situations where you find that you can't find a kill easily and you get them off stage, the best option, honestly, is to read a roll with up tilt. Because it'll kill here. If I get the strong hit, that is. There we go. So that's the strong hit. Syrup told me a lot about how to use Ness's aerials a lot more proper, if you could say. So with forward air, a lot of people do it as a rising option out of a short hop, right? Sometimes the best option is actually to do a short hop into a fast fall landing forward air like this while advancing, right? Because that will lead into grab at lower percents if I get them a bit higher, right? So a landing forward air at this percent will throw the opponent into a knockdown situation if I can get it. And you can continue on from there. But like something like that is why landing forward air is so important. Because a lot of people, you can cross up. It's good for pressure on shield, and you can kind of like fade back with it a decent amount. You know what I mean? When they shield it, they tend to drop shield a little early. So it's a good way to get people out of their shield. I'd say also with neutral air, a lot of people do it out of shield and as a rising option, or they as a rising option. There are two things I want to discuss with neutral air. Is that you can do a back air into a neutral air, right? I've been doing this more recently as well. When I back air, if I can see that the opponent will run in after the back air to try and punish me, I'll try back air nair just to cover myself, right? Because you can't really do any other option after back air, and nair is the best one, right? That's just like a little tip to deal with someone who has a lot of overwhelming pressure. If you space a back air unsafely and they tend to run up punish you a lot, the nair could be a way to get them scared of doing that again, because you'll always be mashing it out. And the second thing I want to talk about with nair is the fact that, like I said before, a lot of people do it out of a short hop like this. One thing you can do is you can fast fall into a nair like this, right? So doing this, it's just another mix-up. It's fast, it's good, the hitbox is good, you can space it like decently far away, and it's, like I said, it's just another mix-up in your repertoire mix-up for neutral. Like I said, a lot of people anticipate aerials from Ness, but never a landing nair, so that's important to keep in your repertoire mixes as well. Start using up smash out of shield. It's one of Ness's best options out of shield, and it kills really early because a lot of people don't expect it. You can hold it, get some extra damage. It does so much damage, and like worst case scenario, the opponent gets hits their shield, and you take a little punish as long as you keep hitting their shield. So that's like worst case, but it's really good out of shield. So try using it a bit more. And down smash as well. If you know someone's gonna shield, especially like on ledge, if they're like right here, a run up reverse down smash is one of the best options you could go for. For advantage, so a lot of people don't do this. I'm one of the premier people who do this. when you get a grab at 0%, never go for down throw. I seriously don't think down throw is useful anymore ever since they fixed it in Smash 4. Or, sorry, ever since Smash 4 over to this game. So, what I do at 0 is I go for an up throw into a PK flash, into up air, into whatever. So, when you do the up throw, there's two options that the opponent can do in order to get out safely. One, it's basically a 50-50. One, they jump and they get out safely. Two, they attack and get hit by PK flash. Or three, they air dodge, they don't get hit by PK flash, but you catch their landing, right? So here, obviously this thing is not going to air dodge, but he gets caught by the PK flash and he takes an up air. If the opponent dies behind you, you can go for a back air, if I can get it. Like that, into a PK fire, into extensions. It's all up to your imagination what you want to go for. But make sure to use this neutral tool while in advantage in order to keep your opponent on their feet, because I'm telling you guys that down throw is not useful anymore. I'm telling you, up throw is just the new wave. And I'm being for real. I play a lot more patient style of Ness. So even if I have the smallest percent lead, I tend to sit on the other side of the stage and camp. A lot of people don't understand about Ness is that not everything is safe, right? And aerials are obviously his best tool, but not everything is safe. One thing I want more Ness players to do is just start grabbing. Like, you have to grab more with this character. Like, his forward throw is one of the best forward throws in the game. And just send people fucking flying for no reason at 0%. So, please, I beg of you, start grabbing with Ness a lot more than usual. Because a lot of people, when they're trying to get in against Ness, will run up shield in anticipation of an aerial. So, in advantage, if you see somebody just shielding, just run up and grab. It's not a big risk if you condition the opponent to, like in the earlier times of the game, if you condition your opponent to expect an aerial and you grab, then they'll start getting in their own head and they're basically gonna have to guess the next time whether it's gonna be a grab or a forward air or a back air or a fast fall in there or a PK fire, whatever it may be, right? So that's just more ways to get into the opponent's head. In this situation here, when I throw the Lucina off stage or when I get her off stage, if somebody jumps off stage, you want to go for a PK flash in order to cover like this into a down air. Obviously I missed, but you kind of get the idea. You don't always have to commit off stage in order to get a kill. Like, something like that, a PK flash, is something not a lot of people expect and can catch a lot of people off guard. So make sure to use PK flash sometimes while they're off stage in order to catch a jump, especially if you condition the opponent to jump. If you for whatever reason want to condition the opponent to jump, just start going low and pressuring them low. And then the next time that they go high, you just use PK flash and catch them into a downer. And that's their stop. Use lower committal moves. So like, I'd suggest down tilt, forward tilt, and jab. Those are the three moves I like to throw out when I have a percent lead or I am in advantage. So basically, when the opponent is up close, when you're scrapping up close, I would suggest throwing out more down tilts. Like, it just can be one and a dash away, like this, one and a dash away, in order to see what their reaction is to the down tilt. So in this situation, if I down tilt Lucina, she's gonna dolphin slash. I played against Mystery tons of times, and every time I go for the run up down tilt, he'll dolphin slash out. Now, if I know that, I can down tilt and then dash away in expectation of the dolphin slash, and then get a punish afterwards, right? But on a person who's much more shield heavy, if they're shielding in neutral and I go up to check them with a down tilt, after I down tilt, I can instant grab, right? So, down tilt, instant grab. That a lot of people say that might seem true, but it's not. Trust me. But down tilt can be used in many different ways like that. It's just it's a ridiculously fast option for no reason. Sometimes I'll go for down tilt into back air like that. So what that does is when you get that first initial down tilt, it puts, I don't know, for some reason when I get that first initial down tilt, it puts a lot of people in a shock. Like they don't understand that that's what's happening. Like they don't understand that they're out of their shield and that they're vulnerable. So when you go for that down tilt, it's almost like they don't understand exactly what's going on, and the back air is the best punish for that. Or a forward air. Oh, what? You just gotta space it. I don't know. I don't think a lot of people use it anymore, but it was a really useful tool back in Smash 4. The jump PK fire like this, right? I don't think a lot of people use it anymore, but I really like it against swordies. So what this is jump PK fire at the same time. So I'm hitting jump and be inside at the same time, right? If you just do jump PK fire, you cannot dare cancel it. See? I'm doing jump PK fire and I can't dare cancel, right? So I'm doing jump PK fire and I cannot dare cancel it, and I end with lag. But if I do the jump and PK fire at the same time, that time I dare canceled it into a back air or to a spaced move, right? Right? So that's another mix-up. So depending on how close you get your PK fire, you really want to try and extend off of that hit as much as possible. So if you get one PK fire like very close, you usually want to go for a double jump cancel PK fire in order to extend into a lock situation, right? So here I'm doing double PK fire into magnet nair down tilt, you know, into whatever, into the kill. If I was better, I would have got it. But sometimes out of PK fire, I'll go for magnet like this to carry them off stage. Like that. Magnet's really good in that way to carry people off stage. So like if you get a PK fire real close, you can go like you can do magnet, double jump magnet into nair or into forward air. Like that. In order to take it like there, you see I did magnet, double jump cancel magnet into nair, send them off stage. In advantage in general, I suggest I don't know, a lot of Nesses use magnet way more than they actually need to. I think magnet is good, but I don't think it's that good. Like, in neutral, I should put this in the neutral part, but you can use it for advantage too. I just suggest using magnet in different ways. Like, see what your opponent reacts to and how they react to using magnet, right? So if I do like a reverse magnet to back air, how do they react? A B reverse or a way bounce magnet into like a forward air or an up air, whatever, like this or like that. Like how do they react to when that happens? You can use more or less magnet depending on how good they are with dealing with it. This is a little bit more of something that you really need to put your time into, but it's like the Footstool tech. I'm sure you've seen it a lot. Like Syrup does it a lot. I've been doing it more often as well. But you can do it at whatever percent. So, not whatever percent, but like 40-50 range. Like this range right here, the setup is you want to go for a down air into a footstool, air dodge down, right? Into down tilt, PK fire, magnet, back air. It's a pretty hard setup to learn. But, if you want to, like, have that as a mix-up in your, like, as a, like, quick kill mix-up in your book of tools, you might as well learn it. It's honestly something really good to have because I tend to use it a lot as well. And it nets me some really early kills at some stupid percents. The other one, as you saw me do before, was up air into a footstool. I'm just trying to show it off. There we go. So that's a free 75 if your opponent just is not being aware. Alright, now we'll start for the disadvantage. when you're in the air or in a bad situation with Ness where you can't get down to the floor, sometimes the best option is to just not air dodge. As silly as I might sound. Not air dodging is actually one of the best options, because a lot of people, when they play against Ness, are looking for the Nesses to air dodge, and that's actually the worst option you could choose, is air dodge. Most of the time, I would actually suggest that if you're in the air somewhere around here and you're playing against a character like Lucina, I would actually suggest just going to ledge, because that's honestly the safest place you could be. You don't want to use your jump. You want to stay in the air with your jump and air dodge to ledge or uppy or something like that. Keep your jump, save your resources. There's no reason why you should be using your jump while you're up there. So when you're in the air, right? Remember when I was talking about that falling nair? Yeah, well, you should also try using that in the air as well, because a lot of Nesses tend to go for down air, but that has 10 times more lag than nair does. See how fast I can fall with the nair in comparison? You know what I mean? In comparison to dare, I can fall with nair way faster, and it's got a way bigger hitbox on the sides of Ness, right? Sometimes dare might be good in certain situations as a mix-up, but I think nair is honestly your best option as you're coming down from getting juggled. If I get sent up like super high, I'll do a beer versus magnet like this, or I'll do a wave bounce one. I don't know how to do it. I can't really, like that. See how I'm doing it there? See that? How I'm like turning my direction around? Like that? So if I'm getting juggled, I'll go like this, and like sometimes, so you can like do that into this to reverse your momentum again. Magnet's a really good way to stall your landing. You can always mix up which direction you're facing and where you're going. If you're confident in how well you recover, I suggest that you apply this to your Ness play as well. Is when you get sent off stage, you use PK flash like this to cover the ledge and to stall your recovery a bit more. So use it like this, covers the ledge. You could always bounce and go again. So that's kind of a way to stall your recovery and also mix up timing. Like if you're out here and you see someone's coming to edge guard you, still have your jump, you go low and you make it back perfectly fine. Especially if you're really good at stalling the PK Thunder a lot. You should really get used to going around all the way around Ness using PK Thunder like that. You should get used to going all the way around and stalling as long as possible so that your mix-up potential is a lot better. Because when you stall like that, the opponent has to basically time their option, whatever it may be, a ledge trump, a down tilt, whatever, a dash attack. They have to basically time it, right? And that basically mixes them up. And then you can start doing it fast like this. And then you can stall really long. And then you can go for a wall bounce. And then you can drop out, you know, like the mix-up potential becomes way bigger when you have those kind of options off stage. I'd also like to talk about, you should be mixing up your angles way more off stage. Like you should start practicing your angles, like going for this. I can't hit it for whatever reason. Like that. I'd also suggest something like this if you want to be advanced. I didn't hit it, but I didn't hit it again. But you get the idea, right? You should start mixing up your options a lot more. There we go. So that's like something you could use as a mix-up. You should also practice on, a lot of people like to go out and gimp Ness, whether it be going, you know, hitting the ball or hitting Ness. But, if you're on a stage like this, just go the other direction. Like, practice on going the other direction. You know what I mean? Because nobody will expect you to go closer to the stage like that. I'm honestly not that good at it myself, but once you get good at it, you'll be able to do it more consistently. But like, if you're always doing this, they're just gonna run into the ball. If you go like this one time, and they don't expect it, maybe they'll get hit by the PK Thunder and you'll make it back safe, or just maybe nothing will happen. But that's honestly something that you really need to know. Something a lot of people don't do off ledge is this rising aerials. So like this rising up air that I'm doing is really good in order to catch your opponent off guard and land back on the stage safely. So like you see how I float right back on the stage. So I do up air and a down air and I have no lag, or very minimal, and I'm able to act immediately. So if I miss, or if they back up, I can double jump, you know, I can do whatever. Forward air is really good off ledge, like this, to get them off of you. Going like this, if I can understand. Into a double jump forward air, you know, and keep advancing with it. Like here, on ledge as well, an air dodge down is really good. Especially on Ness, who has like a really poor disadvantage, especially on the ledge. An air dodge down is such a good mix-up to get you right back down to the ground. Oh, and of course, side magnet off ledge. I'm sure you all know about side magnet off ledge. A lot of people like know how to punish this very well, and a lot of people just wait for Ness's side magnet. But you can actually make it longer or shorten it. So I'll show the shortened version. See that? And then the longer version, you go much further. So you can even like do it in place as well, like that, and you can get back to stage pretty freely. Because a lot of people are expecting that, the run it, like the magnet all the way. But like if you do it in place into an instant air cancel, you're back on a stage, just like that. Or even like a full hop one like this. If they're standing really close to the ledge, they'll get hit. And like if they're dashing back, you can PK fire to cover their dash back. Or whatever it may be, whatever your heart desires. Well, I think I could definitely make another part of this, but for now, I think that is gonna be my Ness tips and tricks guide. Hope you all enjoyed. If you have any things that you want to see included in the next one, please let me know. This has been your boy, PkChris, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace. Say goodbye. Yo, Tucker, say goodbye. He says goodbye.